Welcome to the After Hours post episode 22. This is where we don't know what we're going to talk about, although I think we have an idea. And this is where we just riff, we learn from each other, and sometimes magic comes out of it. Thank you for joining us. Here we go.
So we've been working in the app script, and you've started scratching and sniffing and what can it do, right? So anything inside of your G Suite it can operate with impunity. It can go in there, you give it the permissions, and away it goes. But if you started looking at webhooks, or you started looking at bringing other code in to your app script, so your app script's written in JavaScript, right? But you could probably infuse JSON or something to create an image inside that JavaScript. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Rick, but
So
I
the
think
JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. So it's the data that JavaScript would be able to go ahead and read and use.
so. You could make this a super fancy thing. But if you wanna play with some more things, let's tell it to create like we did, like I showed you in the we would need a spreadsheet that had some data in it, or we could tell Gemini to provide the data that we want to use to create a sidebar that is a project management tool.
Yeah,
Who wants to do that?
lots and lots of possibilities at this point.
I mean, there's a huge amount of possibilities, and that's just in spreadsheets. Now, maybe, Lynn, if you'll put a blank spreadsheet on the page again, so sheets.new.
So I'm gonna make a suggestion.
Okay.
So we can speculate a lot, and the value for anybody listening to this would be to figure out what could I do that would benefit me, or what could I do that would benefit my business. And my mind is crafting a prompt along those lines, and that the user would want to go ahead and begin to speculate about what that prompt would be. And now I see the smile on Michael's face, and he's already 10 steps ahead of me, and I barely finished the sentence. So that's, if you want to play, that would be the prompt we should play with, I think. And then it opens up a list of things that Lynn or whoever's watching the replay, or each and every one of us, that would be a killer prompt. Like,
Yeah. And I love the direction that you're going with that, because a lot of people create tools that don't really benefit them. Right? I've got this cool thing. Well, how does it benefit? How does it save you time? How does it do these things? So to Rick's point, we need to identify what is the problem that we're trying to create a solution for, right? So
and even more generic than that, being able to identify unidentified problems or unidentified opportunities inside of any business, right? So
I would start with having the LLM of choice ask you questions,
right,
about, what ask me 10 questions to help me identify
well, I'm looking
that I should attempt to automate. And
I'm using, in this case, I'm using the Google ecosystem. I learned just enough JavaScript or AppScript to be deadly, and I'm in this particular sector. Ask me 10 questions, 20 questions, whatever it happens to be, to help identify things that I could automate and rank those 10 things. So something along those lines. And then you
let's
be
try
able to abstract out from that, right? Is that useful to you, Lynn? I mean, we don't want to do it if it's like, I'm never going to do that.
Yeah, like I mean, this is useful. I was running a script to clean up my calendar,
Yeah, and
and it worked.
and you have these things called clients that would benefit from this concept. I don't intend to have clients. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, right. That's not my gig. My clients are in a whole different space than this, but
Yeah, so real short, Rick, because my attention was otherwhere.
yep.
Summarize what you just said.
So what I'm suggesting is that we begin to speculate about a prompt or creating a way of interviewing the user to find the gaps or things that could be automated using JavaScript inside of your business or inside of your client's business, something along those lines. And in that process, each one of us is going to go, oh, I could do that in my asset management company. I can do that in my insurance brokerage. I can do that in my coaching business. That I think is where the real value is versus going out and actually creating the script, because we already in the Forge, we already talked about, well, here's how you go out and create the script, and here's how you do this. This is the after hours.
Yeah, I mean, that would be interesting because it's like, wow, this is exciting. I'm not really doing any corporate type work anymore. But so what can I do to actually benefit my people? So yeah, that, and then let's see where we go.
And then in that process, then you simply need to go, do I want to do anything where I'm creating scripts for my clients or not? But if nothing else, you've now created a massive value add that very few, because if you create it as a custom GPT or a gem or a Claude project, something like that, you could even embed one of those, a GPT, an assistant in a website. And then the assistant could interview them and the assistant could send you the information from that. So that's where my mind goes, is like, let's fucking blow the doors off, make this thing absolutely priceless to anybody who watches this recording. Because
So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
work on writing the script then, the prompt.
yeah, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
That's my
I
fantastic. Fantastic is my word.
amazing,
That's
I'm
fabulous.
rubbing off on you. You're starting to use my words. I love that.
fantastic. Well, it's because it's your birthday week, and I gotta pay homage,
Well,
right?
happy birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So I could share. Who wants to drive? Because it's going to be a group created, crafted prompt. I have gone further down the bunny hole about creating a prompt wrapper. So we could play with that as well. Let's do that. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Sure.
I will share. So this begins to let people inside of the mind of Rick,
Brace yourselves, everyone.
right?
No,
It can be a
fasten your
little,
seatbelt.
it can be a little cluttered. It can be a little
We
bumpy.
like Rick's mind.
It works pretty darn well. Yeah, the whole neurodivergent thing is like, embrace it, own it. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's good stuff, man. Let's see. So this is the prompt rewriter as we left it last week.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and have that thing fit the screen. Oh, that's right. You weren't here last week, but I shared all this with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't watched the video yet, but I've played with it a little.
And I can even begin to see ways of enhancing this even more, but that's that. And then let's go ahead and do. I'm gonna move this. It's all right. And y'all can still see that?
Yes.
We can see it.
And if this is beneficial to you, do you like to talk to text?
Oh, not right now, because I haven't even thought of what I'm gonna say, but I appreciate the offer to turn that thing on. It's like a Windows shift, pat your head, rub your tummy.
You
S.
don't, no, just go in the tools. And then down towards the bottom,
Voice typing, is that
Yep.
simple?
voice typing. And then click to speak,
Okay.
and away you go.
A prompt or a system that we'll be able to use in a large language model to extract from a person how they would benefit from having additional automations in their particular business inside of the Google ecosystem, building app scripts that would interact with their calendar, their email, their spreadsheets, their Google Docs, and even their slides. So,
And chat.
and oh, now, okay, so we're going to stay in the Google ecosystem. I was messing around with Grok yesterday and told it, I spoke with it in a very unfiltered Rick version. So there's, and I've shared the bluntness and rudeness of that previously, but the body can have an autonomic response. And so I was describing a male autonomic response. And it just came right back and was like, yeah, let's throw it down. We're gonna have some fun with this shit. This is great. So I'll stay in the Google ecosystem. Let's go to the new chat. Grab all of this. Come back over here. And we already know we're gonna double bracket this bad boy. And then we're going to come up over here and grab the prompt rewriter. Now, one thing that's nice about Claude is you can build a skill and just simply tell it, let's go ahead and rewrite this thing. And it'll pull all that information from that skill and run it.
You can do the same thing here with a gem.
So
can you put that prompt in the chat, the one that you grabbed from last week? Because I have a different prompt from last week and I can't find the one you're using.
Okay. There you go. And I might as well put the other prompt in there as well, because then it'll be in the chat transcript. All right, so back to this guy. Gonna execute it. I don't need to do pro. I'm torn whether I should go fast and get a quick answer back or thinking.
Probably just thinking, yeah. It'll still be quick.
Yeah.
That's pretty basic. It doesn't have thinking to do. And maybe we should have told it to ask us clarifying questions.
It's part of the prompt.
Okay.
Like if there's anything that would forward this and ask clarifying questions only when
I see it. I see it now.
ambiguities.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It sounds like we're building a discovery engine. You're essentially looking for a prompt that transforms an LLM into a sophisticated consultant capable of unearthing hidden inefficiencies and mapping them to Google Apps, app scripts solutions. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. Given your background, so it knows about me even in Gemini. Great. Prompt. So it's scoring it. It's telling us what the current score is. And then here's going to be the rewrite. One thing I came across yesterday and I don't remember, I think it was Grok, who painfully pointed out that, let me see if I get this right. You're asking the cook to be the judge of the product that the cook created, and you're going to ask the cook to score it? Like, Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, that's right. Thanks. So there is a tweak to the version that says, and have a second prompt engineer go ahead and create the score. And if it doesn't exceed this, then tell the original prompt engineer, rewrite that, and give the original prompt engineer some guidance on how they could make this better. So where's my little scroll bar? I don't have a scroll bar in. Oh well. Anyway, copy and paste this into your LLM. And then it explains the rationale, Socratic method. Nice. And I got to imagine, folks, if you were to take this whole thing and paste it into your system, obviously you're not going to have the NLP, you're not going to have the financial advisory, and it probably is not going to come back and tell you that it's Socratic as well. So
and
there's the whole prompt. Oh, 976. Oh, so it should go. It says 976 out of 1,000. So it's just warning me, hey, dude, only 24 characters left. So that's the whole prompt. And then for fun, I want to see what Claude and Grok will do. I like Michael, and I appreciate you pointed out that Grok can be radically less filtered. And so if I talk to it like a dirty sailor, it's like
and
game on.
You can turn on and off the memory in there as well.
Ah,
So it won't reference other chats. And you can create projects inside of Grok, which are similar to custom GPTs and gems. I like Grok. I'm learning to use it more and more.
so another one of my secret sauces is I'll do this exercise that I'm doing right now, where I'll feed it into Grok, I'll feed it into Claude, I'll feed it into Perplexity, Manus.
But then you could take the prompts and say, hey, I received all these prompts from these various frickin' LLMs. What do I need to include that makes it, whatever?
I can, but I don't. What I do is I then take and create a project, or as we might do here in the Google ecosystem, create a gem and add all of that as attachments.
Yep.
And so
Well, I
then
got one more attachment to add then.
and then ask it, okay, given all these attachments, what custom instructions do we need to write to make this the most effective, or something along those lines? And absolutely priceless.
So while Rick's putting that together, and you can use this link in the chat, I ran that through my prompt generator.
So
what was that spread? What was the data in that spreadsheet? You don't mind looking at it?
this is the analysis. So
I see. Yeah, nice.
basically it came back and said, yeah, 58 out of 100. What did this guy come back with? This guy's still working.
32.
32.
What is it that you gave us in the Google Doc? You gave us what your what your Gemini gave you.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's that. Where'd Gemini go?
So that's using the Forge prompt generator.
So that's the rationale. So all we need here is this. Create a new thread in Gemini.
Can you share that in the chat?
Yep, good call. Thank you. Oh, the true answer is nope. Docs.new. So there's that.
It appears you got it all in there.
Yeah, did it? Because it told me, it gave me like, oh, you put 1,700 characters of 1,000. I'm like, okay.
No, it got all that.
Yeah. And it did go. Okay.
Yeah, it's some.
All right. So, okay, cool. So that's
So let's execute the prompt and see what
yeah,
we get.
the prompt is running here. Hello, pleasure to be working with you as a senior Google Workspace Automation Strategist with a background in NLP, by leveraging Google to get started on this discovery. Think about your typical workday with Google ecosystem, Gmail. What is one specific task that feels like a manual bottleneck? Yeah, my filing system on Google is not great. Classic friction point when digital filing cabinet starts to feel like a black hole. It is a black hole. It's not just feeling like it, right? Usually because the mental energy required to locate an asset is stealing focus from the work itself. Yes. To help understand the specific structure of this bottleneck, when you are looking for a file and it isn't where you expect it to be, what is the very first step you take to hunt it down? And what is the missing link? I guess at what I should search for. Guessing game. Yep. Drill down into a potential script-based solution when you finally do find the file you were guessing for, whether it's a client contract or a momentum matrix draft or a set of meeting notes. Where did it usually end up hiding? You'll appreciate this. It was in the last place I looked. But
The last place I put it.
yeah,
My uncle told me that once. He made me mad.
yeah, I pissed Mary off one day. Oh my God. Oh, I still cringe. She was so pissed. The last place you looked or exactly where you left it. Either one of those is like slowly I turned. Anyway, uh, and what is the one piece of information like a date, client name, or project stage that should have been in the title? Oh, that's interesting. Or folder name to make it instantly findable. Honestly, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but the thing that I'm not seeing here is identifying, help you identify. It only asked one question about what is, scroll back up after you put that.
Yeah, you're right. Well, it could
Because it
have
asks you one thing. What's the one thing that bothers your day finding my files? It should have gone through 8-10 questions to identify what the one thing was.
okay. I could
You want
see.
to identify the manual bottleneck, not you give it the, this is what I think the bottleneck is. That's what I would think. So if you were interviewing a client, you want to run them through, well, let's identify what your number one task is that you need to take off your plate, right? So let's run through these 10 questions, identify that task, let's automate that. That's just what I'm thinking.
So this one's real. Yeah. Thousands of email come into my system every day. And if it ends up in the primary tab, I may see it, but like it says, promotions, updates, and every once in a while I just go in and purge the daylights out of that nonsense. But sometimes important stuff goes in there. And this is a good question. What specific signal that catches your eye? Is it certain sender's name, specific keyword?
I like what mine told me. Get this. It was asking me all of these questions like so that I wrote, I don't know, I was hoping you'd help me with this. I have ADHD. I don't know if knowing that helps you helps me. And it said, knowing this helps me immensely. It changes your strategy from better habits to better systems. For mainly folks with ADHD, the friction isn't about finding the file, it's the executive function tax of having to decide where the file belongs every single time you create one, which is
Yeah.
exactly what I struggle with.
Yep. And I thought I created a system for that, and it didn't turn that
But
corner for me.
but you're
So-
still missing what I'm saying. It's not interviewing you to identify what the number one problem that you actually have. You're giving it, hey, here's my problem. How do I do this? So try the prompt that I gave you in that document, which will actually learn more about your business and identify where it'll do the identification, not you telling it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because here it's just saying, hey, what's your problem? Okay, well, let's do this.
So this bad boy.
So yeah, take that and paste that into Gemini or whichever one. It should operate the same.
Yeah, I wanted to stay in the Google ecosystem as much
So
as I
here it should say, let me learn more about your business. So now you're actually using these questions to interview your client to identify what it is they really need to automate, not what they want to, not what they think they should automate.
If you could snap your fingers and have one repeating task done for you automatically every week, what would it be? Hmm.
So it wants you to describe your business and then the dreaded tasks.
Do we stop? Oh,
Still haven't described your business though.
Okay.
So it may, uh-huh.
Noise canceling filter. I like that.
But even this one didn't go through and interview you unless that's what it's doing now.
Your logic. So it needs to understand how I identify sheets. The reference library. You maintain a VIP client list.
Ah,
Oh. Hmm.
or do you have a list of clients sitting in a sheet somewhere we could use as a master? So you could give it your client list and say, hey, if it comes from these frickin' people, I need it. You could probably even have cells in that that are important, mid-level, bothersome, right? you, 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 and it would probably send them, hey, we received your email. Someone will be with you in a matter of 24 to 48 hours if it's not important. If they're bothersome, they get that email. If they're mid-level, will contact you by the end of the day. If it's important, then someone will follow up within the hour.
Yeah.
But it still didn't really identify it. It allowed you to identify what you think is the number one problem instead of interviewing you and identifying this is really your number one.
Yeah, we're not quite at the epitome that I was looking for.
Yeah, neither one of them did it.
Because one of those things that I had created and then had a conversation with Bill about is I did that exercise where I took it and ran out to several deep research sites to build a framework to analyze businesses. So I took that from like 4 different deep research sites, put that into a single tool, and then I can simply give it the name of the company or what is the field of that company, and it'll go through and analyze and point out here's where AI can augment roles. Here's roles that could be potentially eliminated or repurposed by using AI, things along those lines. Okay, so I see where it's heading. Let's pivot.
It goes back to that original prompt.
Agreed. The original prompt is missing a little bit. Put on your
Generically?
Yep. So yeah. So what that means to this guy is you're going to discern that it's a registered investment advisor company. And generically speaking, a registered investment advisor company running on the Google ecosystem could do these 10 things.
Mm-hmm.
So I adjusted that original prompt, ran it back through in Forge. There's a discovery phase, right? So it's going to go through and ask the questions. Let me see what I get when I put the prompt in.
Rick, when you're done with that, can you add that to the chat as well, please?
Thank you. I probably should have wrapped that in my prompt rewriter. So it's
I'm
gonna,
curious. I'm curious to know if we went back to Gemini and took the prompt that Michael gave us and asked
Uh,
it, can you add this to the prompt?
I've already done that.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
creating something to share right now.
Thank you, Michael.
so AI meeting, shadow, AI join Zoom. That's great. Intelligent email gatekeeper, 8 to 10 hours a month. That's great. Digital onboarding. The digital onboarding, one of my vendors has pretty streamlined. AI compliance, that's really important. The Forge content engine. Predictive lead scoring. Oh. See, now that's not something that I would have asked it about, but it suggested, and that's in the 6th position. Automated life event outreach. That's great.
Is it possible for you to share this thread with, does Gemini allow you to do that?
I'm on my personal workspace, so it should be able to be shared.
Oh, that's exciting.
Quarterly report, auto blast, schedule, friction killer, an automated workflow that sends a time for your review link. Yes.
I don't
Oh,
know what
great.
you added to this. So
KYC AML, what does that mean? Automatically runs prospect names through public databases and news searches for red flags. Wow.
Cool.
This is neat. Trade drift alerts, good. Yeah, I would probably put that higher on the list. Referral tracking. But you get how this could go. So where's the share on this, Michael? Oh, here maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, right there. Link copied. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. And then Michael, you just gave us a piece of magic here. What's this?
I don't know if it works. I just created it.
Google Workspace Automation Architect. Okay, so this is a gem.
Yeah. I'm looking for my conversation with it though. I cannot find it.
Refining audits.
Oh, because I'm looking in the wrong spot.
This is good. Friction audit. Help me map out your potential time savings. Magic wand. If you could snap your fingers and have one repeating it. So, this is where it's like, it's presupposing that I know what I need to fix. And the prompt that we just ran is like, I don't know
Yeah,
what I need to fix.
that's what I was. Well, try it and don't go basically from the first question because this is stage one. So it should interview you, but we'll see. It may not.
It's not. It's asking me what is my one friction point.
Mm-hmm. But that's first question. What do you think it is what it's asking. It may come back and say, that's not really what it is. That's just what you think it is. I could be wrong, but that's what I attempted to build into it. Whether it is or isn't built into it, I don't know.
Digital haystack. Yeah.
But again, I think you're correct in that it did not work. So I need to. Yeah, I don't believe it worked. I think you're correct in that it did not work.
Interestingly enough, what I did in my reorganization of ClickUp this week, it turned it into a command center for me. And it wasn't Gemini that I used Claude to pull that together.
One thing that's interesting, look at that last question.
This one here.
No, the last question.
Would you like me to explain how we can use app scripts to build a custom search engine that scans both your drive and your inbox simultaneously?
Yeah, so I don't think this is working. I I don't think it updated to what I wanted it to do. So I'm gonna try something else. Or maybe I'll just paste it back in the same. Looks like I pasted back in the same freaking thing.
I took the prompt that Michael gave us and I added that prompt. I told Gemini to add, I'd like to add one more prompt to the prompt that Michael gave us. I added that, put on your expert business AI automation hat. And I tried to share it in the Google Drive, but it didn't work. Are you guys interested to see what Gemini gave me?
One
Sure.
Yeah.
second.
Can you put it on a new doc?
Okay, I'll do that right now.
Ooh, we're up to minus 13.
Here's how I generically look at the gaps. Friction changes depending on whether you own the clock or report to it. Say what? Complete client and task management platform using Google Sheets, app script, no code. Wow.
They
Holy
created
cow.
that video, or did it find it?
I think it found it. Let's see what it comes back with.
That
Hello,
is
everyone. Welcome to our comprehensive client and task management platform. This powerful solution is designed to transform how you manage clients, projects, and tasks from start to finish. It's a no-code, fully customizable platform built entirely with Google Apps Script using Google Sheets.
wow.
All I wanted was the link. Is that going to give me the link? It's a QR code. Well, you can scan the QR code, folks. Good.
Task management platform. This
I think it found it. So what I want to be able to do though is copy the damn thing, share a link. All right, whatever. At least if
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it.
That would be cool.
At least that got me the link. So link's going into chat. Oh, come on. There we go, delete. So what I wanted is
I think I got it. Was he getting you, buddy? Did I save you? I saved you, didn't I?
yeah, so I'm sure we can refine this and get it really dialed in, but going back and watching this and pulling out the pivots and the twists and the turns will help a great deal as well. Workspace Automation Architect, I look for high-low tasks based on this. Automated lead processor, so that put it at the top on this one. KPIs and financial data extraction. This is making a lot more sense. And then it thinks file archive and cleanup is down here because it doesn't know the chaos. I didn't let it know the chaos that I get to deal with. Internal approval. Event certificate badge. Okay. Deep dive, the number one time saver lead processor. I got to agree. When leads are coming in, making sure that I'm not spinning my wheels on a lead that's not valuable. And that's true in any business. I once heard it's equally important to disqualify a lead as it is to qualify a lead. Technical reality, time-driven. Oh, another video. All right, can you give me the link?
What if your pipeline qualified itself? Projects build themselves, and clients booked, paid, and gave you testimonials without you lifting a finger. In this video, I will show you 12 automations that can make any company run and change.
So if I click on this, it takes me to YouTube, and I can get the URL a hell of a lot easier. Come on. Skip. And so here's a pro tip. So everything after the question mark is their tracking cookie. So if you want YouTube to know that you, Lynn, shared this, or that I, Rick, shared this, you leave that shit in. But if you want to get rid of it, get rid of everything after the question mark. And now it. Like
That's
that.
good to know.
Yep. And you can test that by putting it into an incognito window. But so we're down at the end of the day. Let's stop this damn thing. So I'm presuming, Lynn, you're beginning to see some ideas about how you could set something up to be able to interview for your clients. And given who I know Michael to be, he's not done with this thing. He's not rolling over and saying, yeah.
So if you would go back in the chat and click, or I may have to reshare this again, but I think I've got what we want to get done. So let me give, so there should be here's the share.
So the architect, Google Workspace Automation.
Yeah, but it may be like,
The new link.
Yeah, may need to use the new link. I don't know. You could try it. But there's the new link. I don't know if that's the same as the old one.
It looks the same.
It looks the same. But even Chat GPT, when you share it and then you made updates to it, it doesn't send you the new crap until you get the new link, even though it's exactly the same as the old one.
Yeah, this is a new link in a new window. So same link, new window.
Correct. So there it is.
Discovery interview. What is your primary business? So this is better. What does data typically enter your ecosystem?
So now it's interviewing you.
Yeah, this is getting better.
So this is interviewing you to see like how you could use automation to help your clients, or what kind of automations you can create.
Yeah, what's it's supposed to be finding what is the true number one problem that they need to automate. But we'll see, because Rick's going to go into it right here. He's got 5 minutes.
Well,
so this is going to be very interesting. I'm curious to see where this goes. Dude, you are a busy little guy. My cane corso stomped on Monkey, and now one of his legs, I had to take him to the vet yesterday. I thought it broke his leg, but he's walking on 3 legs now and sleeping. He was so active. Poor little guy. Oh, yeah, that doesn't help it identify the slog or anything like that.
Yeah, because I'm literally doing what I said in the prompt, looking to build this newly from the ground up. So that's where I'm at. building a Google native registered
So
investment
the
advisor
way
from-
that I created that gem,
Yep.
it's to interview whoever to identify what the number one problem may be. And going through those various questions, see, it's not going to let you get away with, or maybe it did, it was down below. So it would start interviewing you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and I get that, and I'm literally answering from where Rick sits today and what Rick's doing today. This is what I want.
Right. But
So building
that's
native-
bypassing the purpose of what the gem does.
We're on the same page. We're on exactly the same page.
Because if we were just going to build it from the ground up, we could have used the first prompt, said, hey, build it from the ground up.
Okay.
Because you don't, if you wanted to build it from the ground up, there's no interview process to be partaken, what's the word?
Understood. This is great. This is what I want.
Yeah, it's making an assumption now rather than actually identifying. And
Right.
then
And it's
it
applying
also,
it, it's applying it generically to the
right,
investment
right,
advisor
right, right,
industry,
right.
which is
Yeah, exactly.
exactly what I need.
So if you want to copy that link, Lynn, Nabia, over there, you can play with that
Mm-hmm.
and go through and actually answer the questions, and then it will help you identify.
So
Because you might
how do I start that? Do I just
just say, let's get started.
okay.
I could, again, I just built it in 10 minutes. So I didn't
Yeah.
build in the original conversation of introducing itself and all that stuff, which I could have. But you could just say, let's get started, and it'll start with that. Dude, are you for real?
This is great. I like it.
Now, if I would have spent some time in it, maybe, I don't know, half an hour on creating it and thinking about what needed to really go into it and identifying the
Mm-hmm.
different things, which I more than likely will, because I think this is a pretty good gem to have.
Absolutely.
So now it's identifying what should be the winner, the client onboarding engine. And then it'll probably tell you, and then you could probably take that piece and go back into Gemini outside of this and say, hey, create an app script that does this. But it may have the app script in it. I don't know. I haven't run it.
This
And
is
I haven't
great.
tested it or refined it. It's just
This is a missing link for me because when I onboard a new client, Michael, I get to go into my documents and type their name and shit like that. So this is now going to go ahead and take a Google Doc.
so could I show you something real quick? And I know we're after the hour.
Yeah.
Let me stop my share.
Because this is and you're in a pro account. So would you put your share back up, Rick?
Sure. Hello.
And then go to Google Drive and open some PDF inside of Google Drive, not as a
We
standalone.
got a little Rick and a big Mike.
And that's exactly opposite.
Yeah, Nuno says you're a lot bigger in person, Rick. I'm like, yeah, thanks. So then you want a PDF of some sort, eh?
From Google Drive. So open it in Google Drive, the PDF. There's one. You have the pro account. So let's see what comes up here. You don't have it yet. Click so go above the document. Yeah, right here. Go to the right where the three dots are at. Click that, please. And then, interesting. Is this one someone's shared with you?
No, it's something I created.
So you should, okay, so let me share then.
Okay.
Just pull up some random PDF. So let me search for any PDFs. Search. Okay, and then I'm going to share. Because you can turn. So do you have DocuSign?
It's a whole ordeal to get into it, so I'm not going to do that ordeal.
Uh-huh. So if you go
Google
in,
has that now.
so if, huh?
Doesn't Google have that now?
Yes, that's what I was going to show you. So you could go in here. I don't want someone's. So you could go in here. This is a PDF. Request e-signature. And when you do this, it gives you the same fields like as DocuSign.
Okay.
And you can have signer 1, signer 2. And you populate. So if I wanted someone a text field, okay, I just go over here and create a text field. Signer 1 or signer whoever, right? Signer 1, this would be a placeholder. I could create this to be however big I wanted it. And then someone could fill that blank in. And you create a template, and then you can reuse that over and over. You just send it to them.
Sounds good.
Very similar to DocuSign. Now, you probably still have some fields that you would have to fill out. But once they completed signing, then it would send you an email to say, hey, you sign, and then both of you would have a copy of that document.
Understood.
So maybe that'll help you. I don't know. Just wanted to share that.
No, I
And you
appreciate
can also
that.
create an audio overview of your PDF should you want. I'm freaking loving this G Suite. So
It's
anyway,
pretty awesome.
maybe that
Thank you, Michael.
everybody has a copy of that gem. So I'll play with that a little bit, see if I can update it. And I'm sure that Rick's gonna update what he's doing on his end eventually.
Yes. So I have about 40 minutes.
Mhm.
And then I need to get out of here. So let's close out the after hours.
Thank you for joining us post After Hours episode 22. We did learn some cool things. I don't know if it was planned or not, but I'm definitely going to sign off with more knowledge that I had before signing on. Looking forward to seeing you next week. As always, stay safe and practice and play on your end. And we'd like to hear how your experience was in the next episode. Take care.